Hi guys, and we're going to do a little quick video talking about talents. Now talents get asked about a lot because they're unlocked quite high up, level 50, and they're a bit confusing to be honest. But I'll go through them quickly with you and I'll sort of hopefully give you a good idea what's going on with them. So as I said, they're unlocked at level 50 and they're a passive talent system that lets you spend your experience and gold to convert into points which you put into skills. As you can see in this bit here, we've got a central skill called Holy Seal, and then we've got 8 other skills around. So everybody's got a Holy Seal, archers, mages, knights, all got the same thing. But each class has different these talents that actually do improvements. Holy Seal also activates an active move. As soon as you get to level 50, you get 1 level of Holy Seal, and it's active, and what it does is you hit it and it will do about 100% damage, and it prioritizes players. So if there's 2 troops and a player, will hit the player. And if your Holy Seal level is higher than their Holy Seal level, it will stun them. And the spread will depend on how many turns it stuns for them. So if I've noticed from people I've got 5 levels higher than them, I've got level 5 Holy Seal at the moment. If I've got 5 levels higher than them, it stuns for either 2 or 1. If it's less than 5, it will only stun for 1. So I'm guessing 5, 1 to 2, 10, 2 to 3, and I think, yeah, maximum 3 rounds if you're... So now the offset for this is you got to think about is when you get to 50s, do I want to keep leveling? Because it will literally eat experience. So if I've got 8,000 experience on my bar right now, and I upgrade this to level 8 to get 1 more point, then it's going to cost me, I'll be down back to 1 million XP. So it's very expensive to upgrade these. To get the first tier of these, you need to have Holy Seal level 5. Once you get Holy Seal level 5, the next upgrade that you put in, you'll get 1 talent point to spend, and you can either put it into another Holy Seal or you can start using these talents. Okay, my strategy is to just get level 5 as soon as I hit level 50, and then put into these 3 talents, because I think these 3 talents are really nice, really useful, and the rest, meh. And later on, I'm thinking maybe level 56, I'll stop leveling and try and get a little bit stronger, and focus on upgrading some of them more. But the most part, I've just gone for these 3, and now I'm back to leveling. But to go through them real quickly with you, I'll show you first the ones I have picked. So the first one that I picked was Stealth, 5% damage decrease. That's a massive talent. That's really, really useful PvP, really useful PvE. That's really going to make the difference. When you start doing high level multiplayer dungeons and the Spire, base mitigation like 5% is a really big deal, because not only do I take 5% less damage, that builds up over time, because I'm constantly being healed by my mages, by my bloodthirsty. So over time, that 5% damage decrease adds up to a lot over like 50 turns in Spire. Really good skill, really worth it. Second one I like is Bloodthirsty. One of the downsides of archers is they don't have very good survivability. Shitload of damage, not very good survivability. To counter this, I use max level Bloodthirsty, and I really like this talent to upgrade it. So it brings the cooldown down, so I can spam it more often, and it increases the damage. So not only does it do more damage, but it heals more damage for it. The other one I've picked is Scrutiny, which Arrow Strike gives me a chance to do more crit damage. It increases base crit damage and archers crit over time, so this is a really nice buff. It acts for 2 turns. It seems to sometimes, I think it counts for the actual Arrow Strike, it procs off. So Arrow Strike hits, it procs Scrutiny, but it actually increases the damage of that Arrow Strike plus 1 move. What it's really useful for is trying to time it on world bosses. I've got like, last time I did a world boss, I got like 90,000 sniper, only on rank 2, because I timed with Arrow Strike and then did the sniper afterwards with the scrutiny bonus. Now the rest of the talents up on here are not as good. If I was to get one next, I'd get this one, which is Fury, which shortens Lunatic Fire cooldown and increases your skill's crit rate. The crit rate is not so good, but the cooldown's quite useful actually. That sort of, makes it so you could almost do 2 Lunatics in one PvP battle, perhaps against someone who's really strong with some high-level Templars, for example. But it's not as useful as these other ones, and not quite at the point that I want this yet. Now the rest of them are not so good. Incendiary Shot, they upgrade. It decreases the rage consumption of Armor Piercer and more Armor Piercer stuff. I don't use Incendiary Shot or Armor Piercer, and it will be a long time before I do, so don't bother. This one I'd also like, but I'm not quite at the point where I've got Death Star, so I'm not going to use it. Now that's it for archers. So what I'm going to do is go over to this website here, which is showing the skills for some other people, and I'll put the link for this one in the comments. It's a breakdown of them like I'm doing, but tells you in more detail if you want to read through it. But what it does have is a list of these talents for other one. For other classes, all classes have the 5% damage increase, so if you are going to level your Holy Seal and get some talents, that 5% decrease is probably the first thing you want to get. We're looking at archers again. Let's go down to knights here. Knights, I don't like that first one, Tyranny. Crit damage, I think a lot of knights run the crit disable build where they do more damage with one of their Astros, so I don't really like that. This is a cooldown off Delphic Destroyer. I think that's pretty meh as well. I think I like this one, Puncher. It's Whirlwind, it increases your Whirlwind and gives it a decreases the cooldown and gives it a 20% damage per turn for 3 rounds. So it's a nice little buff. I like that one. Second Wind increases damage caused by Slasher, but increases rate consumption by 1. This is quite nice. This is alright. That's probably not my first one I'd get, but one thing I noticed with knights is they're not very rage starved, so doing a bit more damage on a skill that you almost spam, but for a bit more rage, I think that's a good talent. There you got the damage one, Iron Wall there, definitely want to get that. Level 1 has a chance to recover 5% of your current max HP, and it's triggered by Intercept. That's kind of niche. I mean, it depends if you really use Intercept that much. Often, a lot of knights do. Intercept's an okay skill. What it does is it decreases the rage of your target and does a bit of damage. I find it more annoying in PvP than actually a real blow to me when somebody uses it. Persistence, reflect 10% of damage caused to you while blocking. That's quite nice, especially because a lot of knights will be running block later on in the game. So that's a good little thing. And Deliverance, 5% damage reduction buff on a few 2 rounds and triggered by Shadow Thrasher. That's nice. It's nice, but once again, it will depend if you're using Shadow Thrasher or not. Now mages, I know nothing about mages, but once again, you've got the damage decrease, and I'm sure that's absolutely awesome. Well, it's awesome, so you want to very focus on this one. To be honest, I'm not even going to pretend that I know what's going on with mages. I've never played one, so I'd recommend reading through this one, but if you did just get one, it'd definitely be the damage decrease one for sure. Okay, that's all I need to talk about on talents right here. Where have I gone over this way? Here we go. If you've got any more questions, go ahead and read the website I'll post it in the comments. Alright, thank you.